host, Dr. Gilda Carle. All right, Dr. Gilda, you had me pull from page 6 today. I'm feeling like definitely now I'm going to be reading things. Is this what our late night show is going to be like? All right, Miss Savage. Kelly Clarkson had an epic response to DICK manager who told her to get a boob job. A pop star made the revelation while performing at her Kelly Clarkson studio sessions residency in Las Vegas on Saturday. So, is this something that maybe these managers need to say stuff like or not? Is that inappropriate?
Um, I was in Hollywood with my manager, and I am thin. And we met with another manager, a producer. Okay. We met with a producer. And the producer said to my manager, "So, is your job to make sure she doesn't get fat?" About me. I've never been fat in my life. And he just assumed the job of my agent was to make sure I don't get fat. That is incredible. So, somebody has the audacity to comment on a woman's body. This guy, I don't know what he looks like. He ought to look in the mirror. What makes him so fabulous? And does he think that Kelly Clarkson's genius, gorgeous voice will be affected by her having bigger or smaller boobs? That is an insult to every woman on the planet.
That's why
And
it's
I
her
think it's
past
disgusting.
manager. So Kelly Clarkson had a savage response to a past manager who once told her to undergo breast augmentation.
That's
This,
why
this,
he is
this,
a past
That's
manager.
right, exactly. The
Exactly.
revelation came about while the pop star 43 was performing at Kelly Clarkson's studio sessions residency in Las Vegas on Saturday. Just before singing her last song of the night, she adjusted her plunging jumpsuit. Are my boobs coming out? Shit, she said in the mic, prompting the audience to laugh.
Yes.
And then she basically said, Clarkson then paused to debate whether she should share an unfiltered story. I'm just going to say it. She said, eventually let out. I had some manager at one time tell me to get a boob job. So interesting.
And do you know what she responded to him? After you get your penis enhanced. She didn't use those words exactly, but that's how I would respond. And that's how I once responded to some guy who said the same thing to me.
Wow.
And I was in high school and I didn't know how much feistier I could even become. Imagine that.
So that's basically it. I mean, it's interesting to look at this situation. Shared the ex-husband, one-time manager. It was her ex-husband and one-time manager, Braden Blackson, who died in August at the age of 48.
Yes,
Okay,
she
so
just,
so 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 here's where I'm going to go back and say, what the hell is she talking about? Her ex-husband who died on stage.
was
That
it? Okay, wait. Was it her ex-husband who said it to her?
yeah, and one-time manager. Yeah.
Well, they're divorced and they're divorced for a
But
reason.
she's dead. But he's dead.
Well, yes, and what you don't know is that she took care of him. She left her residency. No, she wasn't in a residency at that point. She left her job at the network to take care of him. She said, after all, he is the father of my children. Her whole divorce upset her greatly. She has two children with this man, and she thought you get married forever, like a lot of people hope to do. But he was not nice to her, and yet she bent over backwards to take care of him when she knew that he was dying from some disease that was getting progressively worse. So whatever she did for him was absolutely far beyond the call because he was not nice to her. And then she had to sue him to get monies back because as a manager, he is not permitted to negotiate deals for her unless he is licensed. And he negotiated deals for her, which she got, but he was in the wrong. He was not allowed to be negotiating those deals. And she sued him and won. He had to pay her mega bucks back. So,
Yeah. So I have one
so
more quick one. That's a good one.
there's another one.
Pierce Bronson reconciles with his son Christopher for family dinner 20 years after estrangement. That's great that they finally did uh, get back
That's
together. Yeah.
okay. That's a beautiful story. Tell me more about that.
James Bond actor revealed in 2005 that he had to distance himself from Christopher due to his son's battle with drug addiction, but they reconciled. I'll go to the article. These are written so clickbaity. Pierce Brosnan's son,
Sadly,
Christopher, reunited after 2 decades of estrangement due to the latter's drug addiction. The James Bond star, why did it go to an article, an ad? Okay. James Bond actor was photographed with his 52-year-old son in London's Notting Hill neighborhood last Wednesday, according to photos obtained by Page Six. The reunion took place over a family dinner at a restaurant, Dorian, where they joined by Pierce's 28-year-old son, Dylan. So that's a good story. Pierce and Christopher's problems have been well documented, the source said, but it seems they've managed to put them behind them. It was really nice to see them together. Christopher resurfaced in 2024, when he was seen running errands at a Waitrose grocery store in London. The rare outing came amid his broken relationship with his father. Interesting. You know what? He looks older than his father, by the way. Go
well,
figure.
drugs will do that to you.
Yeah, true.
So he was strung out on drugs. If he was like many of the other parents that I know of who have tried and tried and tried, and the kids won't listen, they just say, enough, done. I can't deal anymore because the person who they're talking to is not exactly representative of the person that he is. He's in another world. He doesn't know what he's saying and doing. So, I think this is beautiful because you know that it hurt the father to have to be estranged from his son. I know working with the men in International Council for Men and Boys, I know what happens. Many of the men ended up, well, one ended up with a coronary, one ended up with a stroke, one ended up my ex with quadruple bypass surgery, losing the children. They take it to heart. And for those people out there who believe that men don't hurt, nah, they're hard creatures that don't hurt. Wrong, wrong, wrong. They have to people have to understand that men bleed too. And they are very hurt when their kid goes on drugs and suddenly they try and they try and they can't get to their child. Their child is in another world, another dimension. And then they finally say, enough, I have to give it up.
Exactly.
And that's what they do.
Well, see, Page Six, the way to go when we want to talk a relationship, go to drgilda.com. The International Council of Men and Boys, go to icmb.com. Net, not com, right?
.com.
.com. Okay. And for more information on Dr. Gilda, follow her on all social media platforms. Appreciate it, Dr. Gilda. We'll talk tomorrow.